What are the best questions for you to go ahead and ask before enrolling in a tech sales program? Here are the following questions, and let's go out there and break it up chronologically. What you want is to make the most amount of money possible. However, all at the same time, you're probably wondering, is tech sales even for you, right? And what tech sales is and what it's going to do, because you ultimately want to make the most amount of money with the least amount of bullshit and make this transition in the shortest amount of time. My name is Rich. I'm one of the co-founders here at Elevate, and I'm going to go out there and basically give you some questions that you can go ahead and ask to do some due diligence. Starting from the very end, you want to go ahead and ask, on average, how many offers do the students that graduate from your program, how many offers do they procure? Sales in tech is a job that's easier to get, but it's harder to stay. Versus most other jobs, it's easier to get, but it's harder to get, but it's easier to stay. So if you're talking about software engineering, if you're talking about AI product management, if you're talking about cybersecurity, those jobs have, I would say, a slightly higher barrier to entry. But once you're in, it's not as tough as sales. Sales is a game where every single day you have to basically be mad on point. So if you are in the wrong company, the wrong team, selling the wrong product, your life is absolutely going to go ahead and suck. So instead of asking a very, I would say, basic level question, because most people come in here, they're looking for a job. First thing that you should be asking yourself is, how many offers do your students actually procure before making a decision to get the job, to start their first tech sales job? That's question number one. Question number two. Another very important question I think for people to go ahead and ask is, how long does it take to go out there and actually make this transition for somebody with no experience? So you're going to have two batches of people that will make a transition into tech sales. Batch number one are people that already have sales adjacent experience. So they're in real estate sales, solar sales, roof sales, car sales, phone sales, anything sales. But they're going to go ahead and make a transition over to tech sales because they see that there's more money to be made in tech. Having said that, there are also the people that don't have any, but they have sales experience, but they don't have tech experience. And then there's going to be the people with sales, no sales experience, and then also no tech experience. So for those people, they're making kind of like a double transition because you're moving into tech and you're moving sales at the same time. You need to go ahead and ask, okay, for somebody with your background, how long does it usually go out there and take? Because if you have sales background, obviously, I think it's just common sense that they're going to have a slightly easier time to make that transition. Not to say that they have an advantage, but they definitely have more insight than you do. The third thing that you need to ask is, after the first year, what is the average total compensation, salary with commission, after the first year do your students usually secure? So I think, honestly speaking, if I'm being brutally honest, you don't need a sales boot camp to get a sales job in tech. And a lot of people have been able to go ahead and get it without it. What you really do need to be able to go ahead and to be able to stay on the job is you have to have really good cold calling skills, and you have to be able to have really good appointment setting skills and really good follow-up skills, and to a certain degree have some decent time management skills between generating new business, setting appointments, and then on top of that, actually like moving up into the ranks. So you want to go ahead and know. Most people, I think, when they schedule calls, like, well, how many people get a job here? And then every school is going to say they have a really high percentage. Okay, a year later, what are they doing? How many of those people are making more than 6 figures a year? How many people quit in 6 months? How many people don't even last 3 months? How many people, like, just disappear after 1 month, right? The real value proposition in Elevate versus other schools is that we keep up with our students throughout the entire process because we want them to become top producers. Most of our people are landing jobs through hiring partnerships. So we help companies hire really good sales grads that are coming out of our program. They wouldn't call us back if we were sending them shit people. But like, once we send them over there, now they got to go ahead and perform. You can't just send them people and then they don't generate any results and expect those people to call us, expect those kind of companies to call us back, right? So I think the more important thing is like a year down the line, how much money are they making? And I think most importantly is like, are they happy a year down the line later? There's a lot of people that make a lot of money in tech sales and they just like are miserable. I don't know how you quantify that if you don't keep up with your students. That's also the other thing is like we generate the majority of our new enrollments through referrals because people are just so happy with the results that we have provided them. So the best thing for you to do if you really want to go ahead and move into tech sales, there's a few other things that you want to go ahead and consider. If tech sales as a program does not work out for you, what other options do you have? For other schools, they basically, it's over because they only provide tech sales. For us, we also provide cybersecurity. We also provide HVAC. We have other training programs here to help you make a career transition. And I think it's also really important for me to say this. You should take an MBTI test on 16 personalities. They're not paying me to go out there and endorse them, but you should go ahead and take a personality test to see which job is the right personality fit for you. Because the real reason why a lot of people are not making the amount of money that they should be making is they're stuck in the wrong job. They're doing a job that their personality has no business being in. And I'm not saying that, like, I'm not trying to put down anybody, but certain jobs attract certain type of personalities who are just naturally good at it. And I know that from like being a former recruiter. With that said, schedule a call. The best thing for you to do is schedule a call, get some insight. I encourage you to schedule a call with other boot camps as well, and to really gather up all of that information. Most people just enroll in this first program that they call, and they don't really think about those things because they're just like, it's time for me to make a change in my life. You need to have a game plan. And our coaching staff here is more than ready to go out there and make that game plan work with you. But you got to come in here and tell us what it is that you need. And it starts to pick up the phone, schedule a call with us. Talk to you real soon.